In the Crossfire episode of Secret Level, we are shown a battle between two squads. Over the course of the episode, both squads outright state that they are good guys. This belief is something that is inherent in every soldier, in every army, in every country, and beyond that, every citizen. In every conflict, be it ideological, political, or physical, both sides must convince themselves that they are in the right. This belief in their own righteousness is crucial not just for moral justification, but also for the psychological fortitude required to carry out the mission at hand. In the case of the two squads in this episode, this dynamic plays a central role in their actions and interactions. Neither side knows the details of the other's motives, nor the true nature of the mysterious briefcase they both fight to control. What they do know, however, is that they are in opposition, and in order to complete their respective missions, they must view their enemy as the bad guy.
We're not the bad guys.
What's the play here? Guy with the case is a non-combatant.
We don't kill civilians.
Selling that case makes him a combatant. We're not the bad guys.
For both squads, the mission is paramount. They must view their actions as justified, as righteous, or the psychological weight of what they are doing would be unbearable. Without the belief that they are on the side of good, their violence, their pursuit of the briefcase, and their willingness to fight would lack purpose. To do so, they must construct a narrative where the other side is inherently evil, or at the very least, threatening enough to warrant extreme measures. This construction is a defense mechanism that allows them to engage in battle without doubt, regret, or hesitation. In any conflict, the good guy narrative is a must. People need to believe they are fighting for a cause greater than themselves, that they are defending some sort of moral order or protecting those who are vulnerable. Whether they are a soldier following orders or a mercenary driven by money, their justification for the conflict hinges on their belief that their cause is right. This perception allows them to reconcile the contradictions inherent in violence and betrayal. After all, if one's enemy is viewed as evil, then any action taken against them is not just justified, it is necessary. The most compelling aspect of this conflict, however, is that neither side has a clear understanding of who the good guy is. The briefcase, the object they both seek, is shrouded in mystery. No one knows what it contains, and therefore, no one knows whether the consequences of obtaining it would benefit the world or destroy it. They are both operating in ignorance, motivated by incomplete information, and yet they each view their enemy's actions as evidence of their villainy. This ambiguity is what makes the conflict so powerful. There is no clear difference between good and evil, only two groups who are doing what they think is necessary to protect their interests and fulfill their missions. The briefcase represents not just a prize, but a symbol of the unknown, which in turn amplifies the stakes of the battle. Each believes that obtaining the briefcase will lead to some greater, undefined good, while the other's possession of it would result in chaos, danger, or corruption. The line between good and evil is not defined by the actual contents of the briefcase, but by the perception of its importance. In order to complete the mission, both groups must see the other as a villain. If they were to consider their opponent as a well-meaning individual simply pursuing their own goals, the moral justification for their actions would erode. Both sides have to believe the other as a threat to the peace. This allows each to justify the violence they commit in the pursuit of the briefcase, as any action taken against a villain is considered righteous by definition. This dynamic is not confined to fictional scenarios. It mirrors real-world conflicts, where opposing sides view each other as evil or misguided. Historical wars, political struggles, and even personal rivalries are often framed in terms of moral absolutism, where one side is considered to be fighting for a noble cause and the other for selfish or malicious reasons. This binary perception allows individuals to engage in otherwise morally questionable actions without guilt. It's easier to fight against a bad guy than to confront the reality that the enemy is simply another person with different priorities, values, and perspectives. The conflict between both squads, driven by the pursuit of an unknown object, highlights the fragility and fluidity of the concepts of good and evil in war. Without knowledge of each other's backstories, motives, or even the contents of the briefcase, Both sides are left to rely on their perceptions of each other to justify their actions. They must each believe that they are the good guys in order to carry out their missions, and they must view the other side as the bad guys to reinforce their own moral positions.
We're not the bad guys.